Hey again, everyone. This is Mark Rogers of MarkRogersTV, hoping that you had a great Christmas with your family and friends. We talk college football here 24/7, 365. If this is the first time you've come across MarkRogersTV college football, you need to subscribe. The reason I say that is not because I want more subscribers, which I do, but of course, I would like you to enjoy our college football analysis, not just from me, but from the best bloggers, broadcasters, and writers in the industry. Just check out the videos. We are in the middle of a series where we're going through all the postseason teams, all the bowls, and running through bowl history. So next up, we've got the Quick Lane Bowl between Duke and Illinois. This is the ACC's lone game against the Group of Five. Duke finished at 6-6 in the ACC, 3-5 in conference play. Northern Illinois, 8-4 and 6-2 in the MAC, but had plenty of experience against the Power Five and some quality teams. They lost to BC 23-20. They beat Nebraska. I know that's not a big deal, but they beat Nebraska 21-17, and they lost to San Diego State, the Aztecs, a quality club, 34-28. Quick Lane Bowl, 5:15. Eastern Time on the 26th on ESPN, Ford Field, Detroit. Okay, let's run down Duke's bowl history. It's fairly impressive in some small doses. At least it got off to an early start and a rather prestigious start. 4-8 are the Dukies all-time in postseason play. Starting with the 1939 Rose Bowl against USC, they lost that one 7-3. In fact, in the 40s and 50s, Duke played in the Rose, the Sugar, and the Orange against the likes of Alabama, Oklahoma, and Nebraska. But Duke's last bowl victory before the David Cutcliffe era, and this highlights and underlines the tremendous performance and coaching ability of David Cutcliffe. Duke's last bowl victory was in 1961 in the Cotton Bowl against Arkansas, 7-6. Their last bowl game before David Cutcliffe. Just getting to a postseason game. And we all know how easy that is. You just got to go 6-6. And sometimes 5-7. Their last bowl game was against Wisconsin in the Hall of Fame Bowl in 1995. They lost that one to Terrell Fletcher and company, 34-20. All right. David Cutcliffe arrives on the scene. They get to the 2012 Belk Bowl. That was their first postseason game since that 95 Hall of Fame Bowl. They lost to the Bearcats of Cincinnati 48-34. They lost to Johnny Manziel and company the next season at the Peach or Chick-fil-A Bowl 52-48. They had a 21-point lead, but Johnny Football had 382 yards passing and 5 touchdowns as A&M came back to win that one. And then David Cutcliffe and Duke finally won its first postseason game since 1961, 2 seasons ago, defeating Indiana in overtime at the Pinstripe Bowl 44-41. If you remember that, it was somewhat controversial at the end because it appeared Indiana kicked the game-winning field goal, but the ball went right over the goalpost, and the officials ruled it no good for the Hoosiers, and Duke won at 44-41, despite giving up 667 total yards to Indiana. Okay, for Northern Illinois, 4-7 all-time in bowl play. That's 0-2 against the Power Five, in a sense. When they played TCU, TCU was not part of the Power Five at that point. That was in 2006. The Huskies' first trip into postseason play, 1983 California Bowl. They defeated Cal State Fullerton. Then they were one of the very few BCS busters. If you remember the 2012 Orange Bowl, they lost to Florida State 31-20 behind Jordan Lynch, who put it up 41 times against the Noles, 15 completions, ran it 23 times for 44 yards. He was a running quarterback who just tore up MAC defenses, but it was difficult against the Noles, who were just star-studded with the likes of E.J. Manuel at quarterback, Devontae Freeman at running back, and Kelvin Benjamin at wide receiver. And Northern Illinois' last bowl effort 2 seasons ago against Boise State in the Poinsettia Bowl, 55-7. This is the first meeting ever between Duke and Northern Illinois, and it's at the Quick Lane Bowl. The Quick Lane Bowl has been around since 2014, but it's basically just been an extension of the Little Caesars Bowl, which started in 2009, but that was an extension of the Detroit Bowl game, the Motor City Bowl, which started in 1997. First game was between Ole Miss and Chad Pennington and Randy Moss and Marshall, and the Rebels won it. And I remember that well because that's when I covered Ole Miss football. All right, last three games, the Quick Lane Bowl, Rutgers defeated North Carolina, Minnesota over Central Michigan, and what I thought was a really exciting, supposed to be defensive battle between BC and Maryland last year, and the BC defensive front, led by Harold Landry, just made some incredible plays in that game. Won a entire defensive line MVP trophy for defeating the Terps in an exciting game last season. Quick Lane Bowl, Ford Field, Detroit on the 26th. Duke in Northern Illinois. We'll be back with more postseason history in our next bowl game, the Cactus Bowl, right here on Mark Rogers TV.